What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and today we're back to talk to you about the Warhammer 40k universe. Today we are looking at my favorite race, the Tau, because it just got updated with the Psychic Awakening rules for the greater good. So this book focuses on the Tau, the Gene Stealer cults, and the Astra Militarum, but thankfully the Warhammer community peoples have put out articles on the Tau first, and I am stoked. The Tau have been graced with some pretty cool stratagems, abilities, and I'm really loving the sculpt for Shadow Sun. So let's dive right in as we talk about Commander Shadow Sun. So Shadow Sun is one of the three best commanders in all of the Tau history. She was trained by the legendary Commander Purtide, and because of this, she really needs to be badass, and that's exactly what she is with these brand new rules. So first and foremost, her battlesuit has been upgraded. So now she has added a light missile pod to her kit, as well as being able to take either dispersed fusion blasters, which are more of marine killers, or you can take that fusion blaster that you're used to that can take out armor. Essentially, it's a melta. So it's really cool because the dispersed fusion blaster is an assault 2, strength 7, minus 4 AP with D3 shots, which is really great, while the regular fusion blaster is only assault 1, strength 8, but it does D6 damage. I, for one, really love this because it makes her much more tactically flexible. And the best thing is that you can take one of each. So if you don't know if you're fighting Marines or heavy armor, just go 1 and 1, and it's really good because at ranges of 24 to 18, you're going to be doing some damage no matter what. And if for some reason they get up close to you, if they're within half range, you get to reroll the die, or add an additional d6 when inflicting damage. Oh, but you get to discard one of the die. So overall, you get a better chance of doing some big damage to the enemy. And I think the cherry on top for Shadow Sun is that she has access to a flechette launcher. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is going to be an item or a piece of war gear similar to the flechette pods that are seen on such Forge World battlesuits and on some vehicles, I believe. So hopefully this works similar as a way to be a deterrent for people charging in. So pretty much how this works is if you get charged, you can activate this piece of war gear and it damages whoever's charging you, which is really good because obviously you do not want to get charged. So if anybody charges you, you activate the flechette launcher, you kill maybe 1-2 models if that, and then you're able to shoot if you want to, since you have access to a pulse pistol. And then if you survive on your turn, you're able to just fly right out of there since you're a battlesuit, so you have the fly keyword. So I really dig this new loadout for Shadow Sun, and I'm hoping that more battlesuits get this awesome goodness in the form of the flechette launcher. The next thing that they showcase in this article is that they're sticking truer to the lore, because now, since Shadow Sun is essentially the supreme commander of the entire military of the Tau, she can lead any sept into battle. So you don't have to worry about only being able to use the Tau sept and using the Tau sept rules and whatnot. Now you can just bring her on with like the Boracan, and yes, even with Farsight, because in the lore they actually have worked together in the past, so it only makes sense for her to fight alongside Farsight if the need arises, which another cool little nod to the lore, so I really enjoy that. But I think the real reason why they said this and changed it is so you can buy Shadow Sun and not feel constrained to not being able of using her if you do play like Farsight, for example. So, more money. But still really great because this means that I could actually play Farsight Enclaves and bring Shadow Sun, so that actually benefits me because I play Farsight. And now let's jump into the real juicy stuff, the faction focus for the Tau. So pretty much what they're saying here is a lot. Because I really enjoy that they gave us the Stabilization Systems. What this does is that any attack made with a ranged weapon by a battlesuit with this tenant, basically the model doesn't suffer the penalty for moving and firing heavy weapons. That's really good because it adds a lot of mobility to your battlesuits, such as the broadsides, or maybe even the riptide for that matter. because obviously if you're noticing that the enemy is getting very, very close to you, you're not just going to stand there and shoot. You might want to back off a little bit, reposition yourself to a better tactical area. Maybe you want to get the higher ground, get that Kenobi going. So stabilization systems are really, really good. Another ability that you can take is the Soldiers in Arms one, which basically increases the range for the Greater Good ability to 9 inches. So if you do get charged, basically all the Tau around you can now fire their Overwatch to try and dwindle down the numbers of that charging unit. Really great, because these are just some of the abilities you can use in tandem, because you are now able to create your own sept. And you can pick 2 rules to make that new sept tenet. So if you want to play a lot of Fire Warriors, a lot of Riptides and Battlesuits, then these 2 would be a pretty good choice, because now you're able to move and shoot, and if you do get charged, you got that extra 3 inches to your Greater Good ability for that Overwatch goodness, which is really awesome. I'm more interested as to what other sept tenet abilities there are to combine, because overall every army pretty much has this, where you can create your own warband, your own chapter. So it's just really awesome that now the Tau have that little extra customization, because if you did have your own lore for your Tau, boom, you just created the new sept and new rules for your new Tau lore. I think the best thing that I saw, well, that I enjoyed out of all this new Tau stuff, is definitely this new stratagem that they added. For 2 command points, you get the Coordinated Engagement ability. You use this stratagem in your shooting phase. Then you select 1 XV8 Crisis Battlesuit or an XV8 Crisis Battlesuit unit from your army, and then you select an enemy unit. So, okay, let me get this straight. You pick a Battlesuit unit, either Crisis or Bodyguards. Can't be XV88s, can't be Riptides, just regular Crisis suits. Then you pick an enemy unit. Until the end of that little shooting phase, when you make an attack by a model that you picked from those Crisis suits against that enemy unit, you treat the enemy unit as having 5 marker light counters, which is amazing because 5 is the number that you want to get when you shoot marker lights. So to better understand why this is so good, for 2 command points, let me read you what marker lights do really quick. So if you tag an enemy unit with a single marker light, any Tau Empire model attacking that target unit can reroll 1s, which is really good. If you get it with 2 marker lights, Destroyer and Seeker missiles are using the BS of the user instead of just trying to hit on a 6, which usually means you're hitting on a 4-up. It's not that reliable, but hey. If you manage to ping them with 3, you now ignore the hit and penalties for moving and firing heavy weapons, advancing and firing assault weapons, etc. So kind of similar to what the stratagem was before, where you can move and still fire at your normal BS. 4, the target gets no saving throws for being in cover, which is really good. If they think they're going to have, +2 cover save or whatever, not anymore. These marker lights have now lit them up. They're going to go down. And then we get to the sweet spot, 5 marker light hits. This is when all Tau Empire models shooting at this get a +1 to hit. Bing, 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 bing. That is always what you want to get, because Tau, for the most part, when they shoot, they hit on a 4+. With this, they're not going to be hitting on a 3-up. And it's really good because depending on what your Crisis suits are equipped with, what you want them to shoot at, it could easily tear through whatever unit you're firing at. Say you've got a unit of all fusion blasters and you want to take out that tank, use this coordinated engagement and take that tank down, because if you may not know about marker lights, is that it is all cumulative. So you get to reroll 1s, you can fire your Seeker missiles at your ballistic skill, which because you're at 5, it's a +1. They ignore cover, and you can move and shoot without having that negative modifier. So this is perfect for the Tau. I believe that this is going to be one of their most used stratagems. I'm just thinking of different uses for this, because you can get a like a 3-man crisis suit team, all equipped with all burst cannons. That is a lot of DACA hitting hard, hitting consistently, and whittling down like hordes or whatever. Or if you're just trying to take out like a really tough HQ or something like that, this is a really good stratagem to ensure that the Tau take out a key unit. And that's pretty much the most important thing for the Tau, target priority, because if you can't kill key enemy units coming your way, you're going to get swarmed, you're going to get into close combat, and you're going to lose because the Tau do not thrive in close combat. I really enjoy everything that the Tau have gotten so far, and I can't wait to pick up this book. I can't wait to order my Commander Shadow Sun, because I've always wanted Shadow Sun, but I've always wanted to wait because the model seemed very small, and with this new dynamically posed model, I say that because it's like the same pose everybody has gotten. One leg slightly raised, such as like Gilliman, Abaddon, Shrike, they all have that similar pose. But anyway, let me know what you're most excited about, and we'll go from there. If any new updates arise for the Tau, I'm going to be covering them because I'm super excited for this. So as always, this has been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you guys down in the comments below. Peace.